don't know what to do for the intro.
But I don't fucking know. You figure it out.
Dude, it's your turn for the intro.
What the fuck?
It's on the schedule.
Last time.
It says to you.
The schedule that we never read or follow.
What did you do last week then, huh? Huh?
We sung Phineas and Ferb.
Right.
I talked about the virus.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Boicast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Boicast.
You might want to censor the word the virus.
Oh, really?
Because it's not allowed to be said. Not that
Wait,
we
really?
Not that we monetize, because we can't. But
right.
like, if you're monetized and you mention it, you get demonetized. Like just straight away.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
straight away?
Yeah.
It's a bit, yeah.
Because you're like-
I suppose I get it. I understand.
Because you're making money from a pandemic. So it's like
That's true.
Huh.
That's true, dude. God damn it, dude.
you know,
Dude, gotta
you know.
stick it to Big Pharma, you know what I mean? But anyway.
So yeah, we're still
So I've got the virus, but not the virus you're thinking of. I've got a virus to talk about stuff on a podcast.
I've got
The
viral
podcast virus.
dance fever.
I've got
Look at me go.
I've got a PhD in virus.
Pretty huge dick. But
Sick.
yeah, as you can tell, we've been trapped indoors for like 2 weeks.
Are you going insane, by the way?
Like, not really, because I would have been
But,
doing this anyway. But also, like, not being able to go to work, as well as like not even being allowed to go to the shop, is a weird one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of because we've started getting like those real bad lockdown type situations where it's kind of like now there's like only 2 people allowed in the store and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I do understand how it is, but it does make me feel like shit, you know? Like this is
trapped a bit.
fucking... Yeah, you
Like,
know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
too bothered because I've had Animal Crossing to keep me sane. It gave me a daily routine. You know, I wake up and I'm like, right, time to go shake my trees, find my 4 fossils for the day. You know, water my plants. You know, check the post.
Right?
Check if everybody sent me any gifts. You know, so it's
One bit of like a normal life is going on Animal Crossing and going outside.
Animal Crossing's been a weird one. This is what I was saying this before. I was like, I'll save this for the podcast because I was playing it earlier today, and I was thinking back, like I was thinking to myself, like the games I played before this, and I was all about, you know, I was playing a fuck ton of Warzone, and then before that I was playing loads of Halo, playing all these shooters, and being like, oh, when you get excited, it's like, oh, dude, we just won the game. We got first, the Battle Royale chicken dinner. All this. About a minute ago, I exhaled in excitement when I found a bathtub. Like, what is this game? Like, I've always been a huge Animal Crossing fan, but it comes in phases. Because obviously, I played the shit out of the GameCube one, like unbelievable amounts, and then I played the shit out of the DS one. Then I played the shit out of the Wii one, but I didn't touch the 3DS one until like way late, and I couldn't get into it because I was too late to it. So like the time between the 3DS one and this coming out was just me playing like nothing but shooters, nothing but like rhythm games, all this shit. So it'd be like, hey bro, check out my my fucking montage. Bro, check out this sick triple kill I got on Rust. And now it's like, dude, come check out the feng shui in my living room, bro. Like, dude, I got that couch, I got that kitchenware, and I'm going over to my mates being like, bro, where did you get that oven? Oh, it's fit. And I'm like, genuinely, I messaged my mate Owen earlier going, hey dude, can you order me that oven and I'll send you the dosh?
See, but that's the thing. I was actually having this conversation with somebody like yesterday as well. I feel the reason why like Animal Crossing is so special is because, you know, in games like Animal Crossing, right? They kind of like want to keep your attention, you know what I mean? By giving you push alerts and stuff like that and being just like, oh, dude, there's so many things you could do. But the thing is, though, with Animal Crossing is, you know, once you've done everything, it tells you to go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, it tells you to fuck off.
Yeah, it literally goes, you've done everything, go to sleep. And then you're just like, oh, fuck, I wanted to keep playing. But then you wake up the next day wanting more. You know?
Yeah, because like it makes you want to stop playing, but you also want to keep playing because you'll be like, right, okay, I just grinded all this time to make the bells. And then you pay it off and it's like, cool, your house is going to be upgraded. Tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
You're like, but I want it now. I just put all the work in. You're like, fine, I'll fish for a bit and then I'll go to bed and then I'll wake up and be like, yes, a new house. Then you'll go back to grinding to upgrade your house again. Like,
dude, that's the thing. That's the reason why I've always thought about it now, right? Because I feel like a lot of us are getting like really exhausted with like the keeping you there, you know, like all the dailies and all that type of stuff, the daily quests and stuff like that just keep fucking dropping on you. With Animal Crossing, it's just, you know, you kind of figure out what you got like a guideline, but you can't really finish that guideline in your day, so it makes you like work at your own pace.
Well,
which is weird to
that's why
say.
That's why so many people time skip, because they'll grind out for shit in one day, and then they'll unlock the ability to like, it's like, oh, tomorrow you'll get your new house, so they'll be like, cool, I'll just skip till tomorrow and do the same thing I've just done. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm also like, no, don't. It's not how it's meant to be. But you know what? Like, people are gonna play it how they want to. So
yeah, like I do
leave
feel it. You know, at this point in time, you know, where people are trapped inside. To be honest with you, I don't mind people time skipping. I think it's perfectly fine at the end of the day, because a lot of people don't have like a lot of time to do stuff.
They miss out on all the cool shit though if they time skip.
Dude, but that's the thing. That's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least for me, me kind of waiting for the next day is also kind of exciting. It's weird to say that I do enjoy that kind of like, you know, once you've done everything, you're done. That's why I really like watching shows and like reading like manga and stuff like that as soon as they come out, is because I have to have that waiting, because then I like, if I can just do it all then and there, I kind of play until I get fucking bored, and then I never want to touch the thing for a while.
Yeah, I do that.
You know?
Like, I'll play, like, say if a game has a storyline or something, I'll play through the entire storyline on the hardest difficulty first run. Then I'll have no desire to play the game ever again. Like,
that's the thing, right?
Until like 10 years passed and I go, oh shit, that game? And then I'll play through it again and be like, okay, there's 10 years done again. Like,
right, yeah.
But with Animal Crossing, it's one of those, it's a slow burner so that it constantly keeps your attention, because you'll do something in the game one day, and then you'll turn it on, and it'll come up with Isabelle, and she'll be like, oh, today we've got this person visiting. You're like, shit, and you'll go see the person. The person's like, come bring me 3 of this fish, and you're like, okay, off I go, and then you do it. And while you're doing that, you see a present fly through the air, and you're like, oh, I get distracted, I want that. And then, you know, it's just, there's so many little things that just pop up. So, like,
I've actually never shot a present out of the sky just yet.
Have you not?
No, I've
done like nearly 200.
Slingshot. Like this, I probably should build the slingshot, but I just haven't.
See, here's the difference between me and you, Blair. I'm not a filthy casual.
Oh,
I go
wow. All right,
hard.
I see how it is.
I'm on 140 hours already.
Oh, I see how it is, motherfucker. I see how it is, dude. You're looking down at me, a person who has played, I don't know, maybe 6 hours. Yeah, all right. You gotta look down on me because I'm new at the game. Thank you very much.
Well, like,
excuse me. I'll have you know that I visited 12 people's towns to find a witch's outfit, and I got it. I have a full witch's outfit in my thing.
Like, speaking of, like, I had my mates kicking off at me yesterday because I was just flexing the whole time we were in call, just about how sick my, like, the stuff I'm getting is. And I'm there like, oh yeah, I've just, like, finished building my basement, so now I've got one massive room, 3 rooms, and upstairs a basement. I've got a campsite being built and all that. And they're like, all right, mate, all you're missing are hookers and blow, and you're sorted.
Dude, like, no, but I'm not gonna lie. I did see a mega flex recently. I've got 2 very special friends to me, and they're on the Discord, right? We have Jess in the Discord, and we also have Drugan on the Discord. And they took me on 2 different days to show me their town, and I was just like, whoa, this is gonna be awesome! Like this, I can't wait to go see their towns. And I see that they've got everything, but they've also got like pavement, and it looks so nice, and
they're
like
clearly time skipping.
No, oh well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But like, listen, right? Jess has got like an entire town. Actually, Jess is where I found like the witch's attire. Actually, which I'm very proud. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. Like, Jess also gave me a bed as well. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my bed is very expensive, because it looks pretty dope. I'll show you the bed later, and then you can tell me how expensive it is. But thank you for the bed as well, Jess. But like, so Jess's like town is an entire like Japanese inspired town,
Mm.
and I'm like, whoa,
That
what's going on?
that reminds me, like um, well, because like I was telling you about this earlier, wasn't I? When I'm heavy in the turnip stock market, which is a thing your time skippers can't do. Okay, so do you know how the turnips work?
I know how the turnips work. Yeah, so you
So
buy
like you
turnips
have the
every
person,
Sunday.
yeah, you have the person who comes every Sunday, and then you buy as many turnips as you want. I spent 500,000 on turnips last week,
I
and then
see.
every day in your town, Nook's Cranny or Nook's shop, buys turnips off you for 2 different prices a day. So it's like 1 in the morning, and then it changes at 12 p.m. So you gotta risk it. You gotta buy high. I mean, you gotta buy low and sell high. So the turnip seller will sell at a certain price each week. Mine was like 107, so it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. So I spent a fuck ton of money on them. And then you've got to pick your perfect time to sell in your Nook's Cranny, but you can also sell at other people's towns. So like I had all the boys telling me their turnip prices every day. And like, we're getting this. But then one day I'm just playing Animal Crossing, having a good time, and then I get a message off my brother like, dude, you around? I was like, yeah, bro, what's going on? And he was like, listen, dump all your stuff, grab as much of the egg day stuff as you can, and all of your turnips. And I was like, dude, I can't carry that many turnips. I've got like two inventories worth at least. And he was like, just do it. And I was like, okay. And then he sent me a code, and he was like, fly here. And I was like, okay. And then I got to the airport, I put in the code, and it came up with like, we've got a flight for Kame House. And I was like, huh.
Okay.
So I show up to this dude's island, and he's got like the upgraded shop and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? And my brother was like, drop all your eggs outside his shop. And I was like, okay, I dropped all my eggs. The guy came over in his kimono and his blue hair and dragon tattoos on his face. He comes over, picks up all my eggs. And then I walk into his shop and I talk to Nook. And I'm like, okay, what's his turnip prices? And it was like, we're currently buying turnips at 509. And I was like, okay. So I sold all the ones I had in my inventory at the time. So this was like just over half of my turnips. And little Timmy Nook or whatever his name is was just like, hey, I'm gonna buy those off you for 1,780,000. I jumped out of my chair.
Dude, like I've always been too late to join in on the fucking turnip stock prices, dude. Cause like they come every Sunday. Then she comes every Sunday, but like when it comes nighttime, she kind of leaves, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm always like just being like, oh, I just finished everything. So
Well, no,
now
she leaves at 12. Sorry, 12 p.m.
All right, so I must have come on late then Sunday.
Yeah,
Shit.
I can't be. I've got to admit, I'm a little bit hypocritical because I didn't time
skip.
I didn't time skip. I Back to the Futured it.
Whoa.
Because I woke up on the Sunday and I was playing it for a bit. Then I went and had breakfast, and then I came back upstairs and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap. I can buy some turnips later. Not realizing that she leaves at 12. I completely forgot how it worked. So I went to sleep, and then I woke up at like 4 p.m. like, oh shit, this is a bad idea. And then I was walking around my town like, huh, where's she gone? Oh no.
Come back.
Gave it a quick Google, and I was like, oh. Maybe that didn't happen. Yeah, no. Put the time back to like 10 a.m. Bought all my turnips. I turned it back. Like nothing happened. It's all good.
Dude, that's actually sneaky. That's
I was
sneaky.
like, I was like, I let myself off because I was like, I fell asleep and I didn't know. Now I know.
Dude, I don't know, man. I just think the time police will be on you eventually. You know, like they'll come up, they'll knock on the door, and they'll be just like, "Hello, sir. I've heard you've been time skipping."
Like the one from fucking Rick and Morty, the ball sack looking dude. You don't mess with time.
Dude, do you remember the fucking snake episode as well?
Oh, that was so weird.
That was
so
I
odd.
enjoyed it. Dude, I enjoyed the fucking snake episode. Just
I've got to admit, like the newer. We're getting off topic here, but we'll go back.
Sorry,
to it.
my bad.
But the newer season, I haven't like the newer season of Rick and Morty. Is it season 4 that's currently on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that has been like my favorite so far, just because it's really each episode is self-contained. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like you're watching old cartoons again on like Cartoon Network, where you could watch any episode and know exactly what's going on. where
Yeah.
with the older episodes of Rick and Morty, like season 2 and 3, each episode led on to the next, if you know what I mean.
They had like a story.
Which I liked, but I also liked the self-contained, so it's nice to have like, you know, the swaps.
It's kind of like, you know how like season... Oh, fuck, my voice is really going right now.
There he goes.
But you know how in season like 2022 of like South Park, you know how it's like on story, like it's all together right now?
Yeah.
This is reminding me of like early South Park, you know? How there's like a different like story every single time, but it's getting more and more fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's kind of like, I don't know why, but like, you know the dragon fucking episode where like the dragons are just... Have you watched that one yet? Where the dragons are
Rick
like...
and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about South Park.
Yeah, no, sorry. I mean, sorry.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
where
like, the dragon fucking
Rick
episode in Rick
Rick's
and Morty.
like,
Yeah.
dragons suck, and then they end up fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, like the fucking dragons in that episode, right? It reminds me of like, you know, how you had like in South Park, like season 2 or whatever, you had like one episode where the kids are just going to school, and then the next episode after there, like Cartman's like killing a dude's parents and then feeding them to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it felt like, you know? And I really like that. I do like the other way as well. But in terms of the Rick and Morty format, I feel like this one works so much better because it actually feels like they're just going on adventures.
Yeah, because it feels like little adventures each episode instead of just one big one, because it's meant to be Rick and Morty adventures, you know, like, it's meant to be...
fuck, Rick!
Oh, jeez!
Oh, no! Fuck you, Morty, let's get in the van!
But yeah, like, I need, like, if anything, I'm kind of preferring the latest season. It's good, and it's got one of the lines that I've used the most since watching it, which is "You son of a bitch, I'm in."
That episode was so good,
It was
dude.
class.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Like every time anybody messaged me after that asking if I want to play a game, they'd be like, "Hey, you
son
want
of
to
a
play some
bitch."
Siege?" And I'm like, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." Like, you know. It's not bad.
Oh, man. Such a good fucking episode, dude.
It was.
Such a good episode. Man, I will admit, though, you know when you're watching Rick and Morty, I hate to say this because it sounds like a big meme, but I'm starting to feel like my IQ isn't big enough to watch Rick and Morty at times, you know? Because, like, I don't know, sometimes Rick just goes on, like, tangents about, like, words and double entendres and fucking, like, you know, we have to do a paradox, Morty! We're in a paradox, it's not a paradox! And, like,
Yeah, but with
I
Rick and
lose
Morty,
myself.
They explain it all.
They do, but like, then I get even more explained because they didn't explain what a paradox is. No, I'm joking. I know what a paradox is. I just don't know what a double entendre. I should probably look that up, actually.
Probably, yeah. It'd be a good idea.
Yeah, but like, you know, I'm really like. But do you ever feel like you're a bit too stupid to watch Rick and Morty?
No, I can't say I ever have.
No, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a thirst anyway. In that case, it's not my fault. It's society's fault.
It must have became a meme somewhere. So there must have been someone who thought they were too stupid to watch Rick and Morty and began the meme. You know what I mean?
I think it was the other way around, dude.
What do you mean?
Right, the other way around. Someone thought they were too smart to watch Rick and Morty, and then someone was just like, "You don't understand."
Oh, your IQ just isn't high enough to enjoy Rick and Morty.
You know what I mean? I feel like it was like a bit of an actual dig, but then we took it and then made it.
We took it and made it our own.
You know? Yeah, because I could see somebody, you know, because we all had that like one kid in high school who thought they were just so fucking smart.
Oh, dude, everyone had that.
I could see like, you know, some high school guy being just like, your IQ isn't high enough. I could see that, you know? I sat there and was just like, yeah.
Pushes up glasses. Your IQ isn't high enough to enjoy Rick and Morty?
Actually. Dude, I swear, dude, it's exactly
like,
that. That's the thing.
I'm not proud of this one, but I remember back in high school.
Kid?
No. Well, I was a little bit. I remember being back in high school. I was talking to this girl that I was like family friends with, and she was talking about how she liked Big Bang Theory. But this was back when I enjoyed Big Bang Theory, like when it was really early on. And I'd be like, "Why are you watching Big Bang Theory?" She was like, "Yeah, it's funny." And I'm like, but it's a show about nerds. And I was that guy who was like, no, you have to be a nerd to enjoy this. And now I look back at it and I'm like,
oh, no. Oh, you
Who-
gatekeeper. You're a gatekeeper, dude.
oh,
Oh my god.
I hate myself. I hate it.
Oh, dude. It's okay. Dude, it's good to be able to look back at those moments and cringe, but you were a fucking little gatekeeper, dude.
I was.
Wow.
I was like, back the fuck up from my nerd culture.
Dude.
They have Halo night. Do you even know what Halo is?
I bet you don't know what getting a soda with the boys is
You
like.
don't even know what a plasma grenade is. What? Get out.
Yeah, I bet you've never seen a grunt before.
Bet you've never even played Dungeons and Dragons.
It's always weird. I don't know, but to be honest with you, that's never happened to me. So I was always the one gate kept, right? But at the same time, though, I feel like if I was younger, I was a little bit of a shit. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody was, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, everyone
like-
was. That's
like
the point.
everybody was a moody.
Because
a
there's always that
moody,
point
like,
where you
bad
think
boy,
you know
right?
more than someone else. There's
Oh,
always
yeah.
that point.
I feel like
when-
I would have done it as well if I did have the chance, because I was like, when you're younger, you're always just a bit of a cunt.
You're always trying to be number one. That's just like
Yeah.
it. You're always trying to be like, I know everything. Oh, you shouldn't be watching this. You need to be able to
Yeah.
do this, and you need to be able to do a kickflip on a skateboard. Like, and now you just don't care. You're like, oh, you're watching that. It's shit, but go on then.
Hey man,
Like,
but that's the thing though, you know what I mean, dude? You gotta bring down all the gates because everything is accessible. I've
Yeah.
learned that by watching Rick and Morty.
I learned that by getting my brain expanded to the size of a pumpkin by watching Rick and Morty.
Dude, I've always had a big head, but now my brain fits in it. So
Now
it's
I'm
perfect.
the big brain boy.
Now I'm big brain.
Big brain?
It's like, you ever see the Jimmy Neutron, like
Dude,
where,
I am
like
Jimmy
he brain
Neutron.
blasts? Remember that
Yeah.
Remember that cutscene? That's the image that I've got right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Brain blast! Oh fuck, Jimmy! Oh, look out! Oh, Jimmy's fucking hell! Fucking hell! Jimmy's having a heart attack. Well, it's okay, cause I'm gonna go fuck Jimmy's mom.
I'm gonna go fuck his poisson.
Oh fucking hell, Kyle! What was his name? Was it what was Carl?
Carl. I can't remember
Carl!
the other dude. Is it
Yeah.
Shane?
Sheen. It was Sheen, wasn't it?
Sheen.
Yeah, it was Mr. Sheen. I was like,
Sheen.
"Sup, guys?" How did his voice? I feel like that's how his voice went. But
It was. You're really close.
Yeah.
I
Am
can't.
I?
I'm
It's
nowhere
like-
near doing a voice like his.
It's like- Hey guys, it's me, Sheen.
Hey,
Something like
Jimmy.
that. Hey Jimmy. It's like I don't know why.
But
that's
it
like
also had like a bit of like,
image.
like the classic
I swear,
cartoon
guys.
idiocy voice. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Like he was-
Jimmy. Like I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
how does it sound? Like it's in my brain, but
That's
at
the
the
thing,
same
though,
time,
like-
I'm not sure.
I didn't watch much Jimmy Neutron, so I can't like.
You didn't watch much Jimmy Neutron?
I watched quite a bit, but I was more like.
Did you watch the Jimmy Neutron movie?
Well, that was how it started. The Jimmy Neutron movie was
No, it
before
started
the
out of a
show.
series, right?
It didn't.
No
No.
fucking way.
I actually watched a nostalgic video about this dude like 2 days ago.
No way.
Yeah,
Dude,
it started off
I
as
didn't
a
know that.
it started off as a film. Yeah, because
Whoa.
basically they made like there was this guy who pitched it to Nickelodeon, but Nickelodeon were looking for a new film to make, and this guy wanted it as a series, but he was like, "Fuck it, I'm getting a film. Why not?" So
Yeah.
they made the film, and it was originally called like Johnny Quasar.
Johnny Quasar?
Yeah,
What
Boy
the
Genius.
hell?
And then they changed it to obviously Jimmy Neutron. And
Johnny
then
Quasar.
they made the film where it's like Jimmy Neutron, and then he goes and fights like the aliens in space or whatever, doesn't he? I can't remember what it was
Yeah,
called.
well, yeah, he goes off because like they take all the parents, don't they?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they kind of put them in this like arena. I don't know why they put them in the arena, but that's what they do. But then all the children get in like tiny rocket ships and go after them, right?
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Neutron's dog goes bark bark, but like he's a robot.
Well, because it was like then the reason they made it into the show is because like the guy wanted a show initially, but now
Yeah.
they had all the assets, because it was 3D models.
yeah, yeah.
So they were dead easy. They didn't have to make any new assets. They just needed to rig them and animate
That's
them, and then
really
they've got an
cool.
episode. So they did it that way, and that's why like how Jimmy Neutron came around. And I was so surprised. I was like, "Oh wow, weird! I didn't know the film came first." Because I remember watching the show. Then they had the film on Nickelodeon, and I was just
Yeah.
like, Oh, sweet! I didn't know they made a film, but yeah, the film came first.
Dude, because I went to the cinema to go watch the film, but
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain is telling me that I watched the show before I went to go see the film when I was a baby.
What I
But
think it was like
no?
it premiered in the US first.
Yeah.
Then they started airing the show. Then they aired the show here and then brought the film to us. That's how I think it happened. Because thinking back as a kid, I remember watching the show first. Then the film got premiered. And I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it came out in 2001. In 2001, I was around 4, so that's around the right time for me to go see the movie. I think I was a bit older though. So it probably came out in like 2002 when I was
Let me do
in Ireland.
Let me do my research.
Because we used to fucking get movies late in Ireland. We get them all at the same time now, but we used to have like a yearly like release before it would release in Ireland and stuff. We're the kids of the future. Whoa, dude, did you ever think that song
Yeah, there it is.
was "We're the Kids of America"? Did you ever think that?
I don't know. Now you mention it.
Because I feel like when it comes to like, I don't know, I've had this real Mandela effect
Isn't it in
thing
America?
for a while.
I've always thought it was in America.
You see,
We're the kids
apparently-
in America. Whoa.
apparently it's we're the kids of the future. Whoa, that's
Oh,
Wait.
did they do like a Jimmy Neutron version?
Did they? They might have. This might be it. Oh, this might. Oh my god.
Did you know that Bowling for Soup did the Jimmy Neutron theme?
They did.
Apparently so.
I can see that actually. To be honest with you, that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
They're
it's kids
great.
in America.
We're the kids in America.
Yeah.
But what about the kids of the future? Why is that in my brain? We're the kids.
I think I'm making it up.
No, I can't be.
I'm
It's
looking
America
at the official soundtrack now.
slash
The soundtrack
future.
right, this is some good music right here.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, the movie, has Aaron Carter,
Okay.
NSYNC, Lil Romeo, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys,
There it is.
The Go-Go's, The
There it is.
Ramones, and Bowling for Soup.
There it is right there.
What?
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on. It's right here.
Send me it. What?
Yeah, here it is.
Is it a Jimmy Neutron version?
Yeah, it has to be, dude. They're the kids of the future by the Jonas Brothers.
Oh.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't insane. I knew it.
I need
I
to
knew-
listen to this.
Dude, like by the Jonas Brothers, dude. We're the kids of the future. Whoa, we're the kids of the future. Whoa, everybody likes to get up and get down or something like that. I don't actually know where the lyrics go, but it's something to do like that, you know? Cause then it was with it. I knew I wasn't insane. I don't know. I should have just looked this up earlier, and then I wouldn't have felt so weird about it. But it was just so. You know what I'm saying?
That's
get
so
me.
weird. I don't like that.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? Do you
Oh,
see
it's so weird.
This is the Mandela effect
Yeah.
situation. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, oh, you think it's one thing, and then you look it up, but then you look it up the first time, and you're just like, then you
No,
get a
but
different
that's-
thing, and then you give up, and then you look it up again, and then you see it.
But no, that's not the song I'm thinking of.
No?
No, because there's a song called Kids in America, which is exactly the same. That they've copied. That they've done a cover of.
What?
Like,
What?
listen to this. Like,
I am
it's one
so
of
confused.
It's Kids in America by Kim Wilde.
What is going on?
That's the original, and then Jonas Brothers have covered it, but changed the lyrics
Oh my god.
to be the kids of the future, and it's like, everybody, the future is now. But that one's Kids in
Yeah.
America. Whoa, everybody lives for something or other. I don't know the words.
It's like a bit more depressed, like we're the kids of America. Oh. No, but dude, I'm so glad that I finally figured that shit out. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that we looked it up together because I felt
That's
crazy.
bizarre, though.
I felt crazy at the time.
Yeah, I was like, no, it
Um,
is. But
Dude, it was
Yeah.
a good movie though. Fucking Jimmy
did you?
Neutron.
Did you?
was a
But did you
good
watch
movie.
the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours?
Jimmy Timmy Power Hours? Oh, the ones where it had Jimmy Neutron to start with, and then you had Fairly Godparents directly afterwards.
Fairly Odd Parents. No. The
No?
Jimmy Timmy Power Hours were the collaboration ones, like the crossover
No,
episodes,
I
where
didn't.
Timmy would go to Jimmy's world or Jimmy would go to Timmy's world. It was great.
Really? I never
Yeah.
saw that. No, I didn't see that.
It was so good. Like you'd see Timmy in Jimmy Neutron's like animation, then you'd see Jimmy Neutron in like Fairly Odd Parents, and it's so cool. It was like as a kid, it was like, why can't more cartoons do this?
Dude,
This
that's
is
the thing.
amazing.
Like not many of the cartoons that I watched really didn't do that. To be honest with you, like even though I've watched both of those, I never saw that before on thing. I probably just wasn't around for the time, or maybe Drake and Josh was on beforehand, and I watched it instead.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know
dude.
why.
No, I was talking about this. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I was talking about this. You know the way, right? We've got all these streaming platforms now, right?
Yeah.
Because we got Netflix, we got Amazon Prime, we got Hulu, we got fucking Crunchyroll, and now we've got Disney Plus to add to the list.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a bunch of Phineas and Ferb on Disney Plus because I'm 23.
Yeah.
And
of course.
something clicked in my head, and I was like, why the fuck hasn't Nickelodeon made one?
What do you mean?
Like made a streaming service? Like they
Um,
could make so imagine being able to stream fucking SpongeBob, Drake and Josh, iCarly, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron. Like, dude, imagine.
I mean,
Why have they not got on this? They've got enough of a catalogue.
that's true. They don't own all their catalog, though. I don't believe.
I believe they do because a lot of it's made in.
A lot of it's made in house, but a lot of it's cooperatively made with other companies
yeah, no,
as
but
well.
they were on Nicktoons, so they're classed as like I swear they're classed as like Nickelodeon shows.
'Cause
They've
I
never
remember-
aired anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Actually, did you ever see a place called GHX? It was like I think it's GHX or it was the channel before Disney Channel on Sky, and that channel.
I didn't have Sky.
Ah, fuck. But it was the channel before Disney Channel on Sky, and they used to air Drake and Josh and That's So Raven and stuff like that, but they weren't Disney Channel. So it might have just been a pirate TV station or something.
I was gonna say, you sure that's not like an
Um,
Irish equivalent, or was this when you were in the UK?
No, so no, we had Sky over here since for very very young, so we didn't watch general Irish TV because everything was played in Irish back then. Well, not
Right.
everything, but a majority of stuff, and of course we didn't fucking learn Irish, so. Like, Contas Tati to you, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that. Like, fucking poke my
like-
horn, Cartoon Network.
But like Drake and Josh and like iCarly, they're like 100% because they're filmed on the Nickelodeon lots.
I think so, yeah, definitely.
So just like there's so like I still
mean-
reckon, and like Fairly Odd Parents, like SpongeBob and
I don't even think they're
Stuff
on
like that.
any services, are they?
no,
and
like
Josh and iCarly.
SpongeBob is, but
Yes, well, SpongeBob is, yeah.
that's only on Nickelodeon. But like no, Nickelodeon, Netflix.
Everybody
Like even if
wants SpongeBob.
even if Netflix just signed a thing with Nickelodeon to put all their shows on it, like something like that, like I want to watch Drake and Josh in
Yeah,
good
to
quality.
be honest, I would like to watch Drake and Josh again. Because they're kind of difficult to find the episodes as well. You can find clips and stuff on YouTube, but you can't really watch the full
Because
experience.
there was an episode of iCarly I was trying to watch back, and I had to go through like dodgy websites, and I ended up on Daily Motion, and it was playing it pitched up, zoomed in, and I'm like,
I don't want to watch this.
yeah. I was like, I was only watching it for a certain clip because it was like a blooper reel episode. But
Yeah.
it was just where they had like all the bloopers, but they put it into like an actual episode. And there was like a bit where Drake Bell walks on set of iCarly and just starts eating stuff off the table, and he's like, "Hey Megan, where's Mom? Where's Josh? Josh?" It's
Megan!
great.
Megan!
Dude,
Megan!
I reckon we should sign with Nickelodeon and make like Boys on the Internet show.
Yeah, to be honest, that would be a pretty sick show. It would definitely just be Drake and Josh, though.
Like me and you are just stepbrothers in a
Yes.
wacky world.
Step Brothers? What are you doing, Step Bro?
Oh god, no.
Are you eating all that popcorn by yourself? Tell the girls to go home. We've got to play video games. On the
Blairlex!
Score! Wait, who would be our like little sister like friend? Would it be Joe?
Joe. No,
Joe!
Joe wouldn't do anything. He'd just sort of be sat in the back like, hey.
Joe can be the dad then if that's the case.
Oh, God, of course.
Joe can be the dad.
It'd probably be Alex.
Yeah, definitely Alex.
He's a pain in
Alex
the
is
ass.
definitely, yeah. Alex! Alex!
Oh, that'd be so.
Oh, man.
Mate, we need to do like one day when we can do sketches properly. We need to just reenact an entire episode of Drake and Josh, but it's me and you.
Dude, don't give me these ideas, man. You know
No,
what?
I want to give you those ideas because I want to make them.
I will fly over just to do that. Dude.
We're doing
You
it.
have no idea.
We have to do the one with the game sphere, so I can be like, it's spherical.
but we're like playing on an Xbox.
No, because like that's one of the best episodes is where Josh is trying to give up video games and Drake's trying to give up sweets.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like swapping over and he walks into his candy wonderland.
Do you remember the dude at the movie studio?
Oh,
where he'd
Steve,
also just like scream all the time. Steve
Was
or
it
whatever.
Stevie, did they call him?
Yeah, I think it was Stevie, right? Where
I think it
like
was.
they would like come in and then because it was Josh's workplace, wasn't it? Josh worked
Yeah,
at the
it was
movie
the
theater.
Premiere Theatre.
Yeah, and then fucking.
I remember
what-
too
don't
much about
even
that
know.
show. I was
Yeah.
brainwashed.
Dude, it was a good show though. But
No,
like,
but like, that's the thing with old TV shows like that. They do brainwash you. Because like back then, there wasn't many channels to watch. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, we're not like, I'm
But
not
the
trying to be a boomer and be like, we only had 5 channels to watch. But no, like when you're
we
a
did
kid
only
and
have
all
5 channels.
when you're a kid and all you've got is like Nickelodeon and fucking Cartoon Network to watch, and most of the time it's reruns of the same episodes all week, and
the
you
thing
will
about
end up
Drake and
watching it
Josh
every
was-
week.
The thing about Drake and Josh was that it was kind of like the Coronation Street for children. You know what I mean? Because they would
That was what was
always
so
have
good
a
about
different
those shows.
episodes.
Yeah.
Every single time they would just pump them out, and every single time you'd look at it and it'd just be a new episode, and you'd be just like, I haven't seen this. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It was like usually I don't know. I'd watch SpongeBob beforehand, and then I would watch that, and I'd just be like, this is the life. This is
I
it.
remember because like I used to have like a routine because like when I finished school, I wouldn't go home straight away because my mum would be in work. I'd go to my nan's and I'd sit at my nan's. She'd make me some scran, you know, good times.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'd sit in the living room and I'd stick on like Nickelodeon, and then I'd have like a set few shows I'd watch on Nickelodeon. Then I'd quickly change over to Cartoon Network to catch those shows. But it was like the same routine every day, and I'd watch the same shows, but it was always a different episode.
It
And then
did
like the
um,
next week it would stream the same episodes in that order from Monday to like Saturday, and it was so weird until like the week after when new episodes had finally come out.
Yeah.
And you just end up getting brainwashed because you'd watch the same episodes like multiple times a month and then come out of it but like, yeah, I now know it like back to back. Like,
Oh yeah, dude, that was like Ed, Edd and Eddy for me. Like straight away, like you'd be rewatching the same episodes every single time,
no,
but then
you
I would be
go-
able to recite every fucking word of
But-
the episode.
What's weird though is you'll go back now and all those shows that you watched for years turn out only have about 12 episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're
Oh,
like, how?
dude, how many?
How was I entertained for like 5 years of my life by 5 episodes?
That. Oh my god,
like,
dude.
it's so weird. Like, especially, like, you know, Mr. Bean?
Yeah.
Like, the original live action. That was
Yeah.
only about 6 episodes or something like that.
What?
And let me double check the numbers, because I'm exaggerating here, but, like, Mr. Bean live action.
There's the thing about Drake and Josh, right? Drake and Josh had 56 episodes. So
See, that sounds
that's
about
why.
right. Right,
Yeah.
see, yeah, Mr. Bean, the live action show, I remember watching endlessly, and every time I watched it, there was a new episode. Only had 15 episodes.
no.
And I'm like, huh?
What?
Like, I swear I watched Mr. Bean. Like,
Yeah, no, it has to have something else, right?
well,
I
they had the
feel-
2 movies.
Yeah, like
They had
there's.
Bean and then Mr. Bean's Holiday. So, like, but it's just weird. It's so...
Actually, speaking of, did you watch Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide?
Don't even get me started,
you know,
boy.
yeah.
That was
Dude,
the
that was-
show.
that
That's what
was
I
the
mentioned
shit.
yesterday as well. That was Nickelodeon. That
Yeah.
could be on this Nickelodeon streaming. Right, we gotta pitch this, dude. We
Dude,
gotta get Mr.
45
Netflix on the
episodes.
phone.
Dude, Mr.
been a while.
Netflix. Buy
Buy
Ned's Declassified
Nickelodeon.
School. Wait, what? Dude, we just have to change one fucking word of this. The boys declassified school survival guide. Like, what the hell? Dude, we can start our own show.
The boys survive middle school, and it's just like a sketch show of me and you in middle school, and we're both 6'2" in middle
surrounded
school.
by children.
Like, so step one, guys, to surviving middle school, avoid the bullies. And then we get pushed into a locker by a little kid.
like the best thing that you can do to survive middle school is to protect your shins. That's why I've got my Nike Air Jordans on right now.
And then we'll just get kicked in the shins by little kids. Like,
stop!
You little bastards!
And if that doesn't work, you can always call the teacher for help. Don't be afraid to call the teacher. They're there to help you, not put you down.
It's like, you're here to learn, not to get bullied. Make sure you talk to the teacher. And you go to the teacher and they're like, you're 23, what the fuck are you doing here?
Who are you?
But they're bullying me!
You're the teacher! No, I'm not! You're the teacher!
You're at the mall! Oh! Just turns into this whole thing. Oh,
dude, just imagine.
Dude, Declassified was so good.
Dude, we can put ourselves in front of a bunch of green screens and see how that works, you know? Dude, Ned's Boys Declassified School Survival Guide. Now let me show you how to roll a joint at the back of school.
Here's how to make the most money at school. Bring lots of drugs. And cigarettes and sell them in the bathrooms.
When you were younger, though, right? This is probably... You see, I had a school in the countryside ghetto, right? It was kind of like the rough school. Did you ever, like, go to the back and roll ciggies? But you never smoked them. You just rolled them.
I never did. No.
No? No, so... Yeah, none of us knew how to smoke or anything like that, but we'd always just roll these ciggies. So now I'm really good at rolling ciggies, but I don't smoke. So it's just, it's a skill that I've attained from childhood, but I can never use it. Every now and then people are all just like, oh, just could you roll this like cigarette? I'm just like, I can do that for you. I put it in, I roll it really good. And then they're just like, oh, you want a puff? No, thank you. You know, it's very strange.
I'm not a degenerate, I'll have
dude,
you know.
it's like I'm a narc, dude. It's like I'm like an undercover cop, you know what I mean? Like,
hey, fellow kids, have you got any Mary Janes?
Would any of you like to buy some marijuana?
P.U.
Oh, man. I mean, nah, Mara don't wanna. Oh. Be careful for undercover cops at your high school.
This is where you turn to the camera, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And the little sketchbook comes up at the bottom. Like, number 10. Be careful for undercover cops. They're everywhere. Step 1 to avoiding undercover cops. Always say no. Like, oh. Well,
Step 17. Don't be afraid to get your mom to pick you up after school.
This is fucking... I'm up to his up. What are you doing at a school?
Sup, Mom?
Mom's such a joker. See you next week as you get in the car. She's like, who are you talking to?
You have a restraining order.
You're not supposed to be within a mile of a school.
Survival guide number 879. Don't get caught. Run really fast.
You just see, like, it just cuts to a shot of, like, you and your mum in the front of a car, and then behind you see flashing lights from the police car. And you're like, Mum, floor it!
They found me!
And that's the end of the episode. Well, the season.
Yeah. Oh, God. We can make it dark. The season, like, you're just in cuffs.
No, and then the next season, it's like the boy survival guide to surviving prison.
Tip number 1: find the biggest guy in there and beat the shit out of him.
And it's just me and you, Tiny, going to this massive dude.
Yeah. Sometimes you're not going to be able to take him down first try, but that's why you've got to come back later with a shank.
No, and then it just cuts to, like, step 2. Use a lot of tissue to stop the bleeding. Step 3. If your world's going light, walk into it.
Step 4. Don't die.
Is that like his stomach blood on the ground back there?
Like, wow, he just put a hole in his chest, man. I mean, is that even humanly possible?
Oh, fucking Kung Pao. That's a
Chosen
film.
one.
That's a film that needs to go back on Netflix. It
Yeah,
used to be on it,
100%.
and then they took it off, and there's nowhere to watch it other than dodgy sites. Where,
Dude.
again, it's in like 240p, and you're like, what am I even looking
Dude,
at?
I've got that on DVD.
I do somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I don't even remember. Like, I don't even remember how it came into my life because my brother ordered it. Like, I don't even know where he'd heard of it or
It was
where
an act of
like.
God.
It's such an obscure film, and like I don't know how anybody knows about it. You know what I mean? It's just one of those.
Yeah, everyone does know about this film, right?
Yeah.
It's just like it's one of those things where like you can just bring up the old man, and then people are just like, shit, yeah, I know that scene. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's weird.
But it's like it's one of those films where it had no advertisements. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never saw it advertised on TV. You never saw it in the cinemas. You never saw like posters. It was purely just the effect of a guy randomly seeing this movie and going, "What the fuck? Hey, you've got to watch this film. It's so fucking weird." And then it just goes on and on and on. 100%. Because my brother did it. I don't know where he heard about it, but one day it just arrived in the post, and he was like, "Scott, you've got to watch this film." And I was like, "Okay." And me and him watched it, and now every Christmas, at least once, we quote the entire film to each other.
Dude, it's weird now because like now that we bring that up, like even my 15-year-old cousins have seen that. And,
What?
like I'm just like, because I remember them just like reenacting the one scene. Oh, what's the one scene where it's just like, oh, he didn't give us the signal to get off him yet.
Yeah. Is that the thing? Like, throw us off.
Yeah, hello.
And then they're like, wait, and then they get up and it's like, does he want his towel?
Oh shit, we gotta go. Don't tell mom.
Get out of here.
Dude, but then directly afterwards they went
For this might sound like crazy. I'm sure we've talked about it in the podcast before because
I don't know.
We
We haven't talked about this now.
I swear
Yeah,
Kung
definitely.
Pao's come up before.
We
But-
talked. Oh, wait, oh no, we did. We talked about the scene with the net. Like, I'm coming.
Oh, tiny net.
Chosen one. Well, Betty. I'm going to get him with a tiny net.
What do you get when you cross an owl with a bungee cord? My ass.
Oh, dude.
Hey, that was a good one. Everybody laugh or you'll take your front toe.
So, my favorite, dude, is just like, chosen one. I see. Face to foot technique. How do you like that?
What style? How do you like it?
Yeah.
If I hear one more friggin' squeak, I'm gonna take your shoes and shove it up your. It's so like, if we haven't talked about it or anybody who's like, what the fuck are they on about? Find a way to go watch Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
You have to,
Oh
yeah.
my god, it is probably like up there as one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah,
Basically, it's just
Bring a
this
couple
dude.
of friends, like, oh.
It's just this dude who took a really old Chinese film and green screened himself onto the main character and redubbed the entire film.
Yeah.
That's essentially it. And it's just him. He voices like basically everyone in the film. And I didn't know that until like a lot later. And I was like, this guy is a genius.
You want fries with that?
Hello, I would like a pound of nuts.
He left with nuts. Oh
it's
man,
so
it's
good.
so good. Dude, we gotta rewatch that one again. That one's a
Oh.
fucking movie night and a half,
It's
dude.
just brilliant. Just like when he's a baby and he's fighting Betty as a baby, and then he falls down a cliff, and the girl like sees the baby on the side of a road and goes like, "Oh, so cute." Kisses it on the forehead and then throws it
rolls
off
it
the other
down.
side of the cliff, going bye bye. I remember as a kid that ruined me, and I was just like, I am invested. Let's go. This is a party.
Oh, dude, actually, speaking of movies like that, do you remember movies like Meet the Spartans and
Oh, dude, I still
Yeah.
adore them.
yeah, like they're not bad, are they? Like
I
they're
wish
terrible,
there was still a
but-
thing
Like,
No, because like they'd always get really bad reviews, and it's like it's not because they are bad films, but they are intentionally made that way, and no one understood that. Everyone loved the films, but critics were like, "Oh no, it's garbage." It's like that's the point. They executed it perfectly.
dude, but that's the thing. Whenever you look at movie critics, like, giving, like, rates to movies, it's like they're paid to be negative. You know?
Oh,
And, like, that's
100%,
that's the thing. It's always when you sit there and it's just like, you know, you always, like, I don't know. I remember watching a movie one time. I remember watching, like, Scary Movie and something like that, and I really enjoyed the film. Then I looked at the reviews and stuff like that, and this man was just like, it's terrible.
yeah.
Everything about this is terrible. I hate everything. And you can have a difference of opinion, right? But when they start like explaining what they don't like about the movie, it's the thing that you didn't notice in the movie that that has nothing to do with the movie. Just like
it's
the
always
lighting
these
was
little-
off. You know,
No,
like
but, half the
like
time it's because they're like, you know, they've got like 7 degrees in film and they're looking for the next masterpiece with perfect cinematography and the best mise en scène. Why are you going to meet the Spartans for that then? Like,
dude, why
like,
are you
don't
reviewing
they
the
go,
B
like-
movie, dude? What the fuck?
yeah, why don't they go on it and go like, okay, this film is intentionally a parody of like Spartan films or like horror films, or let's look at it like that. It's a parody film. It's not a fucking brilliant comedy film. It's not made with smart ass writing. It's a parody.
What's it called? Yeah, like, because actually
But,
speaking of
I-
those, because like we saw Meet the Spartans, right? Then you have all the Scary Movie films, right?
Yeah.
But then you also have Epic Movie.
Epic movie was fantastic.
Yeah, Epic Movie was so fucking good. Oh my
Holy
god!
shit, a talking beaver!
I love those movies so goddamn.
They're just
much,
like so
man.
quotable. I think that's what I love about them.
Yeah,
There's just
exactly.
so many things in it that you could just quote, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that." Like the bit when he's fighting the fucking when in Meet the Spartans when he's out in the the frozen tundra and he finds a subway and he's like, "Oh my god!" He takes a bite and he's like, "Oh no mayo!" and just fucking eats it. And I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense, but it's great.
Dude, it's kind of like that's the thing, because like now that I'm looking at these spoof films, I'm literally finding like so many good ones, right? Because like, have you ever watched Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your orange juice in the hood? Yeah,
Dude, it's so fucking
it's
good.
so good, dude. It's so good.
I got these cheeseburgers.
Yes, man. I got
I'll
these
suck your dick.
cheeseburgers.
He's like, I got these cheeseburgers. Like, who are you talking to? Get out of here. And he's like, I'll suck your dick. Oh. And he's like, all right, you gotta go out here and take a left.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Oh
fucking...
man, like films like
it's-
Austin Powers, fucking Airplane, man. Like,
They
how
don't
could
make
you
them
not love
anymore.
dude? We gotta bring him back. Monty Python, you know, like
Yeah.
all those type of things. Like they don't like. And this is not a thing, Boone. It's like they don't make movies like they used to. They just don't make this specific type
like
of movie
this
anymore.
genre. Yeah.
Yeah, like just
It's
the
like they
real
could
goofy-
easily make them like this again, but they
Yeah.
just don't. If you know what I mean, it's not a case of like they don't make it like they used to, but like the Wyan brothers, they're the reason, like you know, like
They're the
what was it? Don't
the
Be a
Scary
Menace
Movies
and
guys, aren't they?
Scary Movie,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just like they just haven't, because they even came back with like White Chicks,
Yeah.
and they're apparently making a White Chicks 2, aren't they? But
Are they making White Chicks too?
there's rumored. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, dude, and Black Dynamite as well. Did you watch Black Dynamite?
I fell asleep watching it.
No, it's a good
So I need to give it a watch again.
Oh, dude, Spaceballs? Do you remember Spaceballs?
Spaceballs was good. Yeah.
We have to comb
Spaceballs
the
was good.
desert. I want all of you out there combing the desert. And they've got a big comb.
Clones with a fucking comb. Like. We've skipped to the point in the movie where we're watching us watch the movie.
Dude, oh, they did one more before Spaceballs, right? They did the what was it? Fuck. Dude, Mel Brooks did the screenplay for Spaceballs?
Really?
He fucking did the screenplay for Spaceballs, dude.
That's brilliant.
What the fuck? That's amazing. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude.
I'm just trying to think of other like spoof movies are in that like
Oh, the
genre
one we
that, like,
one that
took
we
me.
is technically, well, it's more of a comedy than a spoof movie. You know the zombie film that we went, Zombieland?
Oh, Zombieland.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah,
not a
it's,
spoof movie though. That's
think
just
so?
that's just like a sort of horror, like a not a horror comedy, just sort of like a zombie comedy. You know, like
It's
Shaun
not
of the Dead
goofy,
isn't a
you know?
parody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shaun Dead definitely isn't a parody. Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
that's
true.
what I mean. It's just sort of a comedy romance drama. I don't know.
Comedy romance drama.
What did they call it? I think they called it like a horror rom-com. I think that's what they called it.
A horror. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which is great. Ooh, a balloon. Sorry, don't mind me.
Stop playing Animal Crossing.
Never.
Animal Crossing. Did you see the song that my man Launchpad Man made about Animal Crossing?
Oh, I didn't. It
yeah,
slapped.
it is a slap, isn't it? Fucking Animal Crossing.
Well, it's not as good as the Animal Crossing song I've been obsessed with for like the past like year and a
What's
bit.
that?
The Cosmic Cosmo one.
How's it
Where
go?
it's like Animal Crossing and alcohol is all I
Oh
need.
yeah.
If you're down with that, then I'm down to meet you. Fucking, oh, it's so good.
Oh, actually, speaking before we go crazy, because I don't know how much time we have left in the podcast.
We got about, well, we're 3 minutes off an hour, but we also did piss about for about 10 minutes
Okay.
at the beginning.
Right.
So
So before we end this, we gotta do the mandatory anime because it's just we're about to jump into the spring 2020 anime season, and I want to
Yeah.
know which ones you're excited for.
I haven't looked, so you're gonna have to.
All right.
You're gonna have to give me. You're gonna have to give me some stuff to go off of, because as we mentioned in the last episode, I'm quite behind on anime, and I did lie last episode. I
Dude,
said
yeah.
I hadn't watched any anime, but I did. I watched the entirety of Beastars, but I completely forgot that I watched the entirety of Beastars in one sitting.
Dude, I can't
But-
believe you would lie to our viewers, man. I just don't get
know.
it. Like,
I know.
dude, if
I'm
anything,
I'm just a scumbag. That's all it is.
I will send you to the gallows, sir, if you lie one more time to our viewers, dude. Well,
You can
dude-
try. If you can catch me.
Wait! Stop running!
See ya. But right, go on. Give me what
So
what
actually,
are
we
you
were
looking
talking.
forward
All right,
to?
so we were
What are you
talking
looking
about.
forward to?
Okay, but speaking on the same topic of Beastars, right? Japan is going through their Sonic
Oh,
fan fiction phase
They
right
are.
now,
They
and
are.
I love it.
They are
Oh.
currently writing up a storm for their furry fanfics.
Dude,
And you know what?
I love it.
I'm all aboard. I'm all aboard.
Dude, it's so weird, dude. It's like, because speaking of Beastars, right? You have this whole like social drama, you know? But they animals and shit, you know? But at
Well,
the
that's the
same
thing,
time, like
you had Beastars, which is this like genuinely serious like drama. There was barely any comedy elements. There was like little bits here and there, but not like your classic drama where like it'll go from being really sad and then Glasses Kun will kick down a door being like, "Yo, where's the titties?" You know, there's none of that. It was just pure like drama, and it was great. Beastars was genuinely a good watch.
it is
And then
crazy.
you've got like I'm watching Senton Academy, which is a bunch of fucking just straight furries trying to live in high school, and you know, like, and then you've got the new Trigger show coming out.
Oh,
which
the
looks-
new Trigger Show, BNA.
that's
Dude,
the one.
dude, I know nothing about BNA. Apparently, six episodes are already released.
The main character's a raccoon.
Dude, she's a raccoon, dude.
Shatanuki.
Dude, wait, actually, in the 21st century, the existence of animal humans came to light after being hidden in the darkness of history. Michiru lived a life as a normal human until one day she suddenly turns into a Tanuki human. She runs away and takes refuge in a special city area called that's Anima City. Sorry, I said Anime City. That was set up-
Anime City.
Anime City. That was set up 10
Well, she
years
teams
ago
up
for
with
animal
Kirito.
humans. Dude, she's like fucking, I don't know. Dude, this show looks really good. But then again,
like,
it's a
it's Trigger, though.
show. Yeah, you know?
Like, I think it's gonna look stunning, but you never know with the story of a Trigger show.
Oh,
You
dude,
never
in a
know where it's
weird-
gonna
like,
fucking go.
I don't know, man. You see, here's the thing with Studio Trigger, right? In terms of their stories, right? They've always got great setups, and I enjoy my time. Just
Yeah.
sometimes they don't end well. Gurren Lagann ended perfectly, right? Because, like, you know, I would consider Gurren Lagann to be the first Trigger show that they made before they like
That
made
was
Trigger.
a masterpiece.
Yeah,
Their
like
first like.
it was so good and it ended so well. when they came out with Kill la Kill, they did a great job with Kill la Kill. I loved the ending of Kill la Kill. I thought they did like so good. There was two like heavy hitters with really, really satisfying endings. Then they came out with what's it called? Like Kisaniva. Oh no, that was after Keys and Iva. Then they came out with Keys and Iva, which was which was a show about connections and stuff like that. It was had such an amazing setup, but it just ended, and it was just like like what's going on here? Why was this a thing?
See, and I've already complained about one of the endings of their shows, which was fucking Gridman.
Oh, Gridman! Listen, right? Yeah, Gridman's a Trigger show as well. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about Gridman. I loved Gridman.
Gridman was great. Ending, I understand why they did it, but I didn't respect it at all.
You didn't like approve at all. Wait, did you finish Darling in the Franxx, by the way?
No, I never started it.
All right, okay. So they did a Gridman and Darling in the Franxx anyway.
Yeah, I heard Darling in the Franxx is fucking incredible until like the last 2 episodes where for some reason shit just goes out the window. Like they build this world with like rules, and then the last 2 episodes apparently just don't abide by the rules they set.
It's like
I don't know personally.
It's like they wanted a Trigger ending without it being like, because it's like
a fully Trigger show.
It was 50-50 Trigger show and 50-50 not Trigger show.
Yeah,
and it was just like I mean, it was so good. It was so good. They built up a really, really cool world that I really wanted to see more of, and then it just kind of like, then they kind of were just like, oh fuck, we have 2 episodes left. Like literally, I feel like that's how the writers' rooms were like right there. Like literally just being like, fuck, how the fuck do we like
were time
end this?
Crunched and went like,
and then it was like, all right, okay.
Go.
Like I won't say any more, but I even though I complain about it, Trigger are my studio, my favorite anime studio in the fucking world. I know what they can do. So when they make a show like this, and they do have some mistakes, I still enjoyed my time with it, but they were just so close yet so far. So that's why I'm always just like, fuck yeah.
There was something we forgot to mention in last episode. Was we watched a film together, didn't we?
We did watch a film. We did watch the film Trigger film. What was it called again?
We watched Promare.
There we go, dude.
Oh my fucking god.
Promare was so good.
So good. Man. Genuinely, I'd already seen it, and then I watched it again with Blair, and the noises that came out of Blair through every scene of that film, I was just so happy for him. He was having a good time.
Excited, man. I was so excited. I just loved it, man. I loved it so much. Every part of like that film was just Trigger. Every single thing just spoke Trigger. It felt like Trigger. I was like,
I remember the first time the fire engine came out. I almost said fire ambulance. The fire engine comes out of their like depot, and then they like pull up the cannon, and you see the suits load into the cannon and get fired and break off, and your noises that were just like,
dude, because like everybody knows, like I'm a huge mecha fan. I love mechas. Mechas are so good, and they're becoming like one of the least popular like genres in anime, which makes me so sad. So that makes like less mecha shows, but dude, this is a fucking mecha.
When fucking
oh my god, dude, whenever they would just jump out, they would do the whole thing. They would just like all the armors connecting together and like turning into the characters, and then because it was also like animated in like 15 frames. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. It was definitely animated slower and then like sped up or something, because it had this sort of like charmy, like not stuttery, like clunkiness to the animation, but it just worked because the art style's so like everything is polygonal.
Yeah.
Or like not polygonal maybe because it's not 3D, but like like all the particles in the fire were triangles. It wasn't like just a normal flame. It was like triangles shooting out in like, and all the fire was like blue and pink and yellow. And it was just like, what?
It was like, because like I think the background was animated in 60 frames, right? But then the characters were animated in like 15 to maybe like, because 24 maybe? I don't know.
Maybe 24, like the cinematic speed, and then everything else around it was a higher frame rate.
Yeah, because
so that it
whenever
just
the
sort of stuck
camera,
out.
whenever the camera would move, it'd move so smooth. But then you'd see the characters like clunk away, but like it wasn't like they didn't belong in the world. You know what I mean? It wasn't like somebody just put pictures over the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
felt
yeah.
like they belonged there, and that's how it worked. That's how like the people walked and stuff like that. You know?
It's kind of like what they did in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You know, when you've got the main Peter Parker, and then you've got, I can never remember his name.
You got loser Peter Parker.
Well, like the new like Spider-Man guy in Into the Spider-Verse. I can't remember his name. But like, because he's just became Spider-Man and he's really like clunky with his webs and stuff. And then you've got Peter Parker, who's obviously been Spider-Man for years, so he's dead easily swinging about.
Miles
He was
Morales,
animated.
Sorry.
Miles Morales. Yeah. So Peter Parker was animated, I believe, it was either 60 or 30.
Mm.
And then Miles Morales was done in 15.
Mm.
So that when you see the differences, you've got Spider-Man who's just dead smooth, kicking ass, and then you've got Miles who's just sort of like dead clunky and like trying to obviously get. But then by the end of it, once he'd learned how to use his webs and stuff, he's then animated in like 60, and he's like dead smooth, and it's just like the little touches like that are just like, oh. And I think that's why Promare stood out, because it was just like they had that detail in the film all the way through it, and the fact that you could sort of tell that it was animated in 3D and then drawn over. You know, so you could see that it had this sort of 3D element, but it was 2D. Like, I liked it.
A lot of the background elements were 3D, though. A lot of the background, yeah. So, like, a lot of the backgrounds
That's just most anime now, though, isn't it?
Not all the time, but, like,
I mean, like,
majority.
normally.
It's becoming the norm because it's easier to work with. So, like, then you can do...
But I don't mind it, because
I love it.
better at CG.
I love it,
so much better. Like, you go back and watch the old ones where they tried CG, and you're like, And then, like, even with Beastars, I started watching it and I was like, is the whole thing like this? And then, like, about, like, half an hour in, I was like, this looks stunning.
Dude, Beastars is a beautiful show, man. Beastars is a hell
I didn't
of a
like it
beautiful
at
show.
first. I was like, oh, it's creepy. And then and you're like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly. Like,
It's weird to say this because, like, it can't, like, when I was younger, I used to be just like a bit more of a 2D elitist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it came to anime, I was like, anime should be 2D. But as I've grown older and older and older now, I like you have, like, you know, 2D anime, right? And that'll always have its place and it'll never leave. You know, it'll always be there. But 3D's able to tell a different story. You know?
oh yeah, it's got like a different feel to it altogether.
Yeah, like it feels different, and it has like its own kind of universe with it. And sometimes when they stick them together, like sometimes it looks a bit off, but then some people just know exactly what they're doing and can make it just so special. So goddamn special.
One of the things I've noticed as well is 3D has just become so normal that people don't even notice it in anime anymore. Like, I've seen so many parts where there's this really, like, I can just see something that isn't normal, and I'm like, that is definitely a 3D element, and someone else is like, no, it's not. That's normal. It's just like hand drawn. I'm like, that is 100% a 3D model, and then I'll go back and look at, like, I do a bit of research, and it's completely 3D rendered, and I'm like, boom.
Dude.
Like, a lot of, like, the background characters in anime, like, you know, like, sort of B characters and stuff, like, people you're not meant to pay attention to are like 3D rendered, but they've gotten this to the point, kind of like with you know, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, where they've gotten to the point where 3D can look 2D.
Exactly.
So they can just have these models that they can rig. They don't have to worry about drawing all the frames. They can just rig it to do like a walking animation in the background. You don't notice it, and it's just like, I'm okay with CG now. I'm like, you know,
dude, I'm actually super for it. I'm actually like, sometimes I almost prefer it in certain aspects, right? Because I feel like there's some shows that can only be told in 3D. There was this Crystal show which I watched a while back. Oh, god damn it! It's okay, anime Crystal show, and this show could have only been told in 3D. Land of the Lustrous. Here we go. It's called Land of the Lustrous, and each of the characters are basically gems, and these aliens try to come to try to take the people who are gems and make necklaces and stuff out of them because they're like aliens coming in to abduct them and stuff like that. And they just have to fight back against these things. It's an amazingly beautiful fucking show. But if it was in 2D, I would have hated it. I would have hated it because I could instantly see like I don't know, the whole 3D-ness of it, because like, since they're crystals, if someone breaks their arm off and stuff like that, the feeling of them looking like an object, if that makes sense. Adds so much to the feeling of how these guys are. And I'm just like, whoa, dude. And of course, then they just like make these really cool 3D fighting scenes. Like things like Ruby and stuff like that have shown that like 3D fighting scenes can almost be a bit better in terms of like if you just want to do camera work and fighting scenes. I feel like you can just do better with 3D. With 2D, you definitely have to have a lot more of explosions and like cool little scenes and stuff, right? You
can make it sort of tie together a bit nicer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know how like in what's called Demon Slayer, like their swords have like water coming off them and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean?
Sort of like 3D, sort of not 3D animation. Yeah.
In the manga, there's all that water stuff and the stuff that they do with their swords. Yeah, it's not a thing.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, it's not a thing at all. No, there's like the breathing techniques are there, but like they don't have the water or anything. Like how they have the water and the fire and stuff like that. It's just them with their swords. And I thought that was crazy. I thought that was fucking crazy. But it also came to... It was actually a great point in time that brought up because it actually kind of not proved my point, but like kind of helped it a little bit, if that makes sense, I guess. I feel like sometimes it's so good to have 3D over 2D at times. I like them both, though. I would be like... I'm on the both camps, baby. I'm on the both camps.
That's what I mean, like, as long as it looks good and the story's good, like they could do anything now.
Dude, this is crazy, man. I'm so excited for the future of anime because they're really letting people do what they want to do now.
Hell yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, you have BNA from fucking Trigger. Did you ever think fucking Trigger was gonna make a furry show? like I mean, there's furry characters in Gurren Lagann, but you get what I mean.
Like you never know. Like, I think they're into anything as long as it's got like jagged edges and super bright colors. Like,
what do you think about them? Like anime being allowed to have like they're kind of making more seasons of anime now. In terms of like, you kind of like last season we had Kaguya-sama, and then this season we're gonna have Kaguya-sama season 2. You know what I mean? Like quickly afterwards.
I love that. I love it. Bring more. Give me more seasons of stuff I enjoy.
I'm a big fan, yeah.
Because the amount of times I've watched through something and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that's all we're making of it.
Go read the manga.
The manga.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I don't want to. I want to watch it.
Because that's what hit me as well with the case of like I didn't think they were ever gonna make a season 3 of My Hero Academia. So I just read the manga and then got on like up to date, and then it was just like, oh, we've got season 3 of the anime. See you later, nerds. And it's just like, what?
Nah, they're cashing in on My Hero as much as they can. They're making this a shonen at this point.
Dude, it's like, really dope. It's really dope. Yeah. The artists who work on the manga, they do a fucking good job.
Oh yeah.
Like you're actually catching up on the anime though. You're actually so close to the end.
Oh really?
Well, not the end of the show,
where
but where the manga is. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh. You got like one more season left in you. That's what you got. One more season.
I just need Domestic Girlfriend to get a season 2 and then I'll be happy. I'm still holding on to it. Still holding on.
Dude, I've read the manga.
Is it good?
So fucking trash. Like, it gets worse, but in a good way.
That's what it needs. It needs so trash.
Like you thought season 1 was bad? Holy fucking shit!
They better
dude.
make a season 2.
Oh my god!
Stop hyping me up.
Oh
they better make a
god.
fucking season 2 because we're getting another season of Quintessential, aren't we?
I don't know when that is, but we're getting one of those.
It's soon. It's this year, and I want another season of We Never Learn, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon because we've just had season 2 so
The manga's
soon.
wrapping up.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
maybe you'll actually wrap it up in an anime. I hope
Yeah,
so.
so the manga's like wrapping up now, and it's only really got like 100 chapters. So they've they're very close. Literally around like maybe 20, 30 more chapters, and then the manga's done. Like,
Oh, wow.
like maybe not even that. Like, so if anyone's gonna get a season 3 to finish it off, it's definitely probably gonna be that.
I hope so. It was so
Yeah.
good.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, because it's called. They're gonna. Oh yeah, we were talking about Yahari Uri.
Yahari
no
Uri.
Senchuan. Love comedy wa.
Or Snufu, whatever it's called.
Yeah, what is actually the thing? Okay, let's go to my anime
It's,
list to figure that out.
It's like what's it called? It's like My Life's a Romantic Comedy or
Yeah,
something.
it's not Snafu. Sorry, Snafu's a different show. It's like
No,
Origaru.
it's not. You're right.
My youth romantic comedy is wrong as I expected. That's getting a season 3, and I'm very excited for that. What's
fair.
Snafu, dude?
It is Snafu.
Is it?
Promise. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Is it?
Yeah. I saw it before on what's it called? AniList. Yeah, it's called Snafu for some reason as well.
Is that?
My Teen Romantic Snafu.
Yeah, like. But why is it called Snafu? Oh, maybe that's like the thing in Japanese. Maybe that's like the what do you call it? The first letter of everything.
No, Snafu means a confused or chaotic state, a mess.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's My Teen Romantic Mess, pretty much.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. That's
It
gonna
never
be
used to be called that. That might have been like the subtitle it got when it got moved over to English professionally. Because I remember when I first watched it, it didn't have that subtitle.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I remember seeing it like in the intro. I don't
Really?
know why. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's in the brain. Maybe that was the English dub. The English subs way
Maybe,
of putting
yeah.
it.
Oh well. Well,
But dude,
we're running out of time
shit,
here,
my
Blair.
bad.
So we
Let's-
gotta
we'll end
wrap
it here.
this puppy up.
Dude, I'm just saying, dude. Fucking this season of anime is gonna be pretty dope. All right,
I hope so.
everybody.
I need to jump back in it. I need to get back on that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You do, dude. You need to become a big fucking nerd like me.
A big fucking
Big fucking gamer. All right. Let's end it here, boys.
Okey-doke,
Thank you guys
let's
so much
do
for
it.
watching. You guys know where the socials are. You guys know where
Gonna
all that type
go.
of stuff is. Join the Discord, please. Do that.
Do
We've
it.
actually got like a lot of new people in the Discord, by the way, so we really appreciate you guys jumping in and joining and stuff like that. We've met
yeah.
a lot of different people coming in from the podcast Discord and stuff. So we're always active in the Discord voice chats as well. So if there's any questions or anything like that you would like to ask, just pop into the thing, jump into waifu debates, and we can do
that's
that.
something we needed to set up. We needed to set up a channel in the Discord for like a Q&A we might do one day.
That is true. That would be
You know,
dope.
just for like a funny segment or like an actual podcast. We could just do a Q&A and we'll just have a channel where you can go and drop questions
Oh, dude, I'm
and
excited.
then we'll just read through it. We can
Hell
do that.
yeah.
That'd be fun. What's tweeted at us? That's all our links in the description.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you guys again. Goodbye.
I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing. Made so much money in Animal Crossing, it's crazy.
Dude, would you stop inflating the Animal Crossing turnip market, dude? I swear to fuck.
Never!